Welcome to our practice today in Sukhasana. The chest broad and open and the eyelids closing. Settling into the rhythm of our breath. Letting it find depth. Letting it find evenness. With each exhale, the shoulders relaxing, the thighs relaxing. With each inhale, the sternum plate lifting, broadening. And then the hands lifting, the palms pressing together. Opening this practice with one whole. Inhale. The brain surrendering to the heart. And releasing. Alright, let's move this blanket to the side and come straight to hanging Uttanasana. So spreading the feet the width of the mat, turn the toes slightly in, the heels out, lift the inner arches, don't let them collapse, and make space between all of your toes. And then bending the elbows and holding onto the upper outer arms right above the elbows, lowering the head, tucking the head in, and bringing the arms back if possible so that they're behind the ears. And then pull with your hands so the elbows are coming down towards the ground. Relax the eyeballs and begin to see inside, Atma Drishti, turning the gaze inwards. Feel your feet. How do they feel from inside? Can you broaden them? Can you press down more so that you can better lift upwards, lifting the kneecaps up? Being in the thigh muscle itself. Being part of that lifting process as it grips up the femur bone. And then looking up, placing the hands on the mat, spreading the palms and fingers, really getting space there, and stepping the feet back, keep the knees bent for now. Look at the arms, make sure that they're straight, that the inner elbows are facing forward. And now lower the head, look at the knees, make sure that they're parallel, that the inner arches aren't collapsing and the knees aren't coming in towards each other. Lift the heels up high, lift the buttocks up even higher. Feel the opening that brings to the chest, to the armpits. And now with an exhale, straighten the legs completely. Keep stretching the arms and stretching the legs and lifting the sit bones up higher and higher and higher so that we're really extending into the last third of the spine. And now bending the knees and coming to sit in Vajrasana with the toes turned under. Now reach with your hands and pull the big toe and the index toe away from each other so there's space and the big toes are touching each other. So that when you sit down, you're really feeling a nice firm pressure between each big toe and each index toe. Chest open, breathe, have presence here. Now bring the arms behind the back, interlock the fingers, roll those front shoulders back and pull the arms back and press the dorsal spine forward. See how the back body contributes by pressing forward to opening the front body. Breathe into that new space, inhabit it fully. And then the hands coming down, changing the interlock so the other little pinky goes underneath. and re-lifting the arms starting in the center of the chest. So as you roll the front shoulders back, feel the center of the chest widening. And releasing and coming off our toes, just wiggling those out and turning around to sit on the mat. So we'll need a strap for the next part, having our strap handy, coming down to lie on the mat, knees bent, feet parallel. Taking the strap and making a loop in the strap like this, placing that loop on the foot, the hands are holding the loop. Pull the toes back and straighten that right leg to the sky. Now if you see that the loop is too small and it's blocking you from getting straight, make a wider loop until you can straighten the leg completely and be pulling with the hands on the loop as the foot presses up through the strap to the sky. Breathing, feeling. Keep looking at the foot to make sure the toes are coming back, but you feel that sense of extension of the leg rising up, pushing against the strap. And then bending that leg and changing sides. Left leg lifting, placing the loop, checking that your distance is right, adjusting the loop if needed, and then extending the leg completely, pulling the toes back and pushing up through the ball of the foot. Pull with your hands on the strap and push the arch of the foot up against the strap. Feel the leg straighten even more. Penetrate with the breath. And then back up and releasing. Right leg, placing the strap, straightening the leg. And now just the right hand is going to hold the loop, coming to lateral Supta Padangusthasana. Leg coming towards us and out to the side, towards us, out to the side, the elbow supporting us. Look at the foot, pull the toes back, lengthen the back of the heel. Feel the leg become firm, wrap those muscles around the leg bones. Extend the left arm to the left. Fill the rib cage with the inhale. Keep it broad as you exhale. The root of that right thigh firm. And then bring the leg back up. And of course, changing. Left leg from Supta Padangusthasana 1. Left hand holds the strap. And towards us and out to the left, towards us and out to the left. Finding a lateral Supta Padangusthasana. Check with your eyes that your toes are coming back towards you and you're still pushing out through the foot. Feel the leg become firmer and wrap these muscles around the bone like a wetsuit, tightening up, feeling the difference there. And then extend the right arm to the side. Deep, long inhale. Feel the rib cage broad and lift. Keep that expansion as you exhale. Re-grip the left leg. And then bring the leg back up. And exhale, releasing. Arms extended to the side, strap to the side, supine twist, Jatara Parivartanasana. There are several variations. We're doing a variation 1. So we bring the feet off the floor and we move the calves away from the back of the thighs. We want to have, as much as possible, a 90-degree angle here. The inner knees squeezing against each other. We're going to bring the legs to the left first, so we're twisting to the right. Inhale. And as we exhale the legs over, keep the knees in line with your hips. Bring the legs to the ground. Inhale. And then exhale, twist from the belly button to the right. Keep the backs of the hands vibrantly pressing down so the arms stay vibrant. Preparing to lift the legs back up. Check that your calves haven't come close to the backs of the thighs again. And going to the other side, bring the knees to the right, twisting to the left. Inhale. Exhaling the knees down in line with the hips. Inhale, and exhale, turning and twisting from the belly button to the left. Keep opening the arms, starting them from the center of the chest. And preparing to lift back up. And now bending the calf to meet the back of the thigh. Variation 2. We're going to bring the knees now to our left elbow. Inhale. And exhale the knees to the left elbow. Inhale. And exhale from the belly button to the right. Preparing to come back up. Inhale. And exhale the knees to the right elbow. Inhale. And exhale, turning and twisting from the belly button to the left. Each exhale bringing more and more twistingness. And then the legs back up and feet to the mat. Right, now we're going to move the feet a little bit further away. Maybe move yourselves up a little bit too. Supine twisting Gandasana. So lifting the right leg up, crossing it over and hooking the foot behind the left calf. Arms extended out to the side, hands in line with the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale, the knees, the legs to the left. Inhale. And exhale from the belly button, the trunk to the right. And then coming back up and uncrossing. Changing sides, lifting the left leg up, over and hooking the foot behind. Make sure your feet aren't really close to your buttocks, move them a little bit away. And then exhaling the legs, the knees over to the right. Now find your belly button as the source of twistingness. Inhale and exhale, twisting from the navel to the left. Waves of breath. And then bringing the legs back up, releasing, uncrossing, feet parallel, lift the hips up and tilt them so that when you lie back down, the lower back is completely on the mat, and then just rest the inner knees against each other. Deep inhalation, deep exhalation. Lifting the arms up, bending the elbows, hold onto the upper outer arms, and bring the arms over Keep the lower back pressing to the mat. Notice how when we lift the arms up, some of us may have that tendency to arch, to give way from the lower back. So stay connected to not having that happen. Lower back pressing down. And now feel, where does the action come from now? What's opening? What's new when I don't give way from the lower back? Keep trying to pull those elbows back. Feel the waist stretch. With the inhale, lift the ribcage off the lungs. And then the arms coming back up, stretching, changing the cross. Connect with the lower back and bring the arms back over. Keep the lower back connecting. With your hands, pull the elbows back. Feel new life coming to the armpit area, the ribs underneath the armpits. And inhale into those spaces, paying careful attention that the lumbar isn't lifting up. And then bring the arms back up and back down to the mat. Holding on now to the sides of the mat with your hands. Lower back is connected to the ground. Wiggle it, make sure it's really there. Feet off the mat, line the inner feet up, line the inner knees up, coming for some core work. Viparita Karani. Inhale, and exhale, straighten the legs. Pull the toes back, straighten the knees completely. Keep the lower back fixed to the floor. Bend the knees, inhale, and exhale, push the legs diagonally away. Notice the lower back, re-press it down. And bend the knees, going even lower if we can. Inhale. And exhale, push the legs to 30 degrees. Harder here to keep the lower back connected. Bulk the outer hips to help you. Press the lumbar down. And bend the knees, going back to the middle zone, diagonal. Exhale. Pull the toes back. Press the lower back down. And then bend the knees. And back up to 90. Pull the toes back. Press the lower back down. And bend the knees, feet to the floor. Back to our straps for Viparita Karani. So starting from straight legs, lining the inner feet up, Supta Karani. Now right leg lifts. Leg on the arch of the foot, Supta Karani. 1. Make sure this leg doesn't roll open. Keep it rolling in, heel down. Left hand holds the strap. Right arm extends to the side in line with the shoulder. Pull the toes back, keep the legs straight. And bringing that leg across. Viparita Karani. Inhale. And from the belly button, turn and twist to the right. Keep checking on the knees, pulling the toes back. And then back up and bending the knees through Supta Karani. Get the imprint of evenness and neutrality. And now the left leg. Finding Supta Karani 1. Make sure this leg isn't rolling open. Roll it in, heel down. Now the right hand holds the loop, left arm extending. And exhaling that leg over. Pulling the toes back, keeping control of the leg. Find your belly buttons. Inhale. And exhale from the belly button down. Twist to the left. Keep pulling the toes back, sharpening the knees. The roots of the thighs firm as we twist. And then bringing the legs back up and releasing Supta Tadasana. Pull the toes back, press the heels down, press the front thighs down, shoulders back, lumbar to the ground, deep inhalation, deep exhalation. And then rolling over and coming back up to sitting. Setting up for forward bends, so a blanket here, and coming for our first one, Janu Shirshasana. Left leg extended, right leg over to the side. This is the leg of Baddha Konasana. If you think it might be hard to reach the foot, of course, have your strap, and the strap can go around the arch of the foot. So first of all, we're twisting, reaching with the right arm for the outside edge of that left foot. The left hand is on the mat, or on the side of the mat there, and as we press into it, it helps us to turn and twist. As we twist from the belly button, keep pressing the outside edge of that bent leg into the mat. Don't let it lift up. And as you press it into the mat, you'll find that you can twist even more deeply, incorporating it into your twist. And now facing forward and reaching the arms. Janu Shirshasana, full pose. Pull with your hands, push with your feet. The left leg stays firm. The bent leg stays pressing against the mat. And even though we're coming forward, there's a very subtle twistingness in the abdominal area. So the right belly button is going towards the front of the left thigh. And then raising the head and coming back out and changing sides. Right leg extended, left leg Baddha Konasana. Coming to our twist first. So reaching for the outside edge of that foot and this hand on the floor helping us to turn and twist. Now find the outside edge of that bent thigh and press it down, and then press into the hand and twist even more. And now let's turn to face forward. Janu Shirshasana, full pose. Pulling with the hands, pushing out through the foot. Coming down. And finding that very subtle twisting action that stays present. The left belly button going to the right thigh. And then coming out and releasing. Paschimottanasana. Both legs straight out in front. Pull the toes back. Widen the feet apart. Widen the buttocks apart. Lift the arms. Reach forward with that same vibrancy. Don't collapse. Really reach. And then holding onto the outside edge of the feet. Pull the toes back, press the front thighs down. Pull with your hands to get closer. Push out through the balls of the feet against the hands. Paschimottanasana, feet spread. With this variation, when the feet are spread, not only do we get the length of Paschimottanasana, but we also get an extra hit of broadness. So with each inhale, with each exhale, feel the length and feel the broadness too. then raising the head, hands coming out. Notice that quietness that comes after Paschimottanasana. Nice inward pose. Prepares us for our next pose, Baddha Konasana. Yoga Mudra Santa will also be coming forward. We're pacifying now, preparing for the end of our practice. If the knees are still really lifted, you can take more height. And of course, feel free to support your knees. And forward. Now we want to reach with those arms, but we also want to press into the fingertips to push the hips back. Both actions are essential. If we only reach forward, there's a feeling of instability. So once we reach forward, press into the fingertips and push the hips back. And now there's a balance of energy, of forward and backwards. And then we can lower the head and be with the breath. Feeling the length, feeling the broadness. Then walking our way back out and releasing. Last final pose of coming forward, Upadishta Konasana. Widen the buttocks apart so that the top part of your front thighs here slightly rolls in so that the kneecaps face the sky, the heels down, the toes up. Pull the toes back and push out through the balls of the feet as if you were holding loops of straps on the feet. And see how that keeps the legs dynamic as we come forward to Yoga Mudrasana. Remembering both actions of forward and backwards are essential. So you stretch forward, legs firm, front thighs pressing down, and push into the fingertips to push the hips back. And feel that new inner stability that comes from that. Deep inhalations, deep exhalations. Then looking up, walking the hands back in and bending the legs back in. Beautiful, and it's now time to rest, and we're going to mix our inversion into our restingness. So we'll need a wall and we'll need a blanket for underneath our hips for comfort. Coming in sideways. So sitting in nice and close so that when we lie back, we can easily lift the legs up and still be quite close to the wall. If there's pain in the backs of your legs, then you need to move away. Otherwise you won't be able to relax and there's no point. This is not a stretchy pose, this is a restorative relaxation part. We need to integrate the work that we've done. So adjust according to your legs. And then roll the legs open. And when they start to roll open, then the roots of the thighs relax, and then the organs of excretion, the organs of reproduction, they also pacify, broaden. And then extend the arms diagonally out to the side, so not too close because we want this broadness to settle naturally as we rest. Shoulders rolling back. And when everything feels just right and comfortable, the eyelids closing gently, flower petals closing over the eyeballs. The eyeballs receding backwards, melting towards the back skull. Resting here completely. And then the toes lightly wiggling, the fingers lightly wiggling. And then the elbows bending and resting the hands on the abdomen. The eyelids flickering open. Taking a deep breath in, a deep breath out. Rejoining this world through breath. And now to come out, bending our knees, rolling over to the right hand side and using the hands on the floor to push yourselves up. And welcome back. Our mini practice is complete. I hope that you feel stronger, brighter, better, and that energy is moving fluidly and that the heart is full. Namaste.